Want to hear my opinion on the Lil Durk situation? I ain't saying he guilty. I don't know what the situation is. But if life is going good for you and you come for private, we risk so much of our freedom, time, and life trying to get where we at to put ourselves in a position where we can take care of our family and our responsibility. The best revenge was for King Von. I'm not saying Durk guilty or anything, but the best revenge that you could have got for King Von was stepping up and taking care of his kids. We ignorant. We do stupid stuff. Why is we out here trying to continue to hurt each other? It's not gonna bring back. What's done is done. It's permanent. Go get his kids, take his kids, and put his kids in a position where they never have to walk in their daddy's footsteps. It hurt me to see that Durk came so far in life just to end up in his predicament. Y'all rap about these things in y'all songs, showing that y'all know better and still choose to be foolish. But God knows we gotta come together because at the end of the day, we our own enemy.
Lil Durk had his first court hearing today for his case, but things did not go as planned. Reports say that the rapper appeared in court for his alleged murder-for-hire case and will remain in jail with no chance of bond or bail at this time while house arrest is not currently an option. This situation reportedly left Lil Durk emotional while in custody, but people around him in his cell block have been helping him cope. It was also reported that prison staff and other inmates have described him as very charming. However, the main issue he is facing in jail right now is the food, which has gone viral online and even caught the attention of YSL Woody, who previously cooperated in the YSL case and is now offering his advice to Lil Durk.
It comes to Durk Banks, so far I've seen one text that says, don't have them associate my name with any kind of flights that they're taking. Certainly that's not a good text, but is that the only text? Because that doesn't, that in itself doesn't stand on its own. Certainly it's circumstantial. But like I said, we have to wait and see what other evidence they have. If they have a snitch, if they have videotapes or audio tapes of him saying something, I think that's a lot different than, hey, just make sure you don't associate my name with these guys. Because he could be blaming, Grant or one of these other guys and saying like, hey, these guys are going to do some crazy stuff. And he's like, hey, listen, make sure it doesn't associate with me at all. You can look at that a million different ways. So I'm hesitant to say that they have, a slam dunk case on.
Lawyers question federal authorities about what evidence they actually have against Lil Durk. It was also mentioned that Kodak Black's attorney Bradford Cohen believes Lil Durk may have a chance to beat the case unless members of OTF testify against him. He said he is hesitant to call it a slam dunk case and believes prosecutors still have a long way to go to prove a conspiracy against Durk Banks. So far, he noted that only limited evidence has been seen, including a message advising not to have anything linked directly to him.
All depends on the hunger of the U.S. attorney and the AUSA that's involved. And if they want this individual badly enough, they'll make very attractive deals for these individuals. What does a very attractive deal look like? I think they go for the lowest hanging fruit. Whoever, didn't actually guy, maybe someone that was involved that didn't actually, or someone that, but it didn't hit, they're going to have forensics. Yeah. So they'll take whoever is the least culpable. And I think that they'll approach him and make a deal with him that'll be the most attractive. And if that guy doesn't make a deal, they'll move on to the next guy. So usually that's what happens, right? You go for the lowest hanging fruit first, the guy that you think will flip, the guy that didn't really have that much involvement. And I think what also is interesting with the indictment is it wasn't just money. They're like, oh, it could have been money or it could have been...
There are claims that recordings may have been picked up on a wire while someone was around Lil Durk over the past 2 years. A well-known lawyer explained that when Durk could be released will depend on whether anyone decides to cooperate against him. He said the outcome largely depends on how aggressively the U.S. attorney and the prosecutors choose to pursue the case and whether they are determined to secure conviction.
Five Chicago gang members with ties to Lil Durk, OTF, accused of being hired to alive Quando Rondo in the L.A. incidents where Lil Pop was unalive. Suspects faced the penalty if convicted. He said indictment alleged that flights and rental cars were paid with credit cards linked to OTF.
But was this an attempted hit? Or
Why would
They
they do
can't say that no more.
Then they put you as
Why?
God.
Oh yeah, because of
Your face.
wait, no, like who died?
You can't say that no more.
Oh, because of FBG Cash? Oh, who?
Federal charges in California.
Nah, because Lil Pop.
So this is about the.
Oh, what's that?
But I'm just saying.
They will make very attractive deals for certain individuals, and those deals usually target the people with the least involvement. Investigators often go after the lowest hanging fruit, meaning someone who did not play a major role and may be more willing to cooperate. They focus on the person who is least responsible and offer the most appealing deal. And if that person refuses, they move on to the next. This strategy is common because it helps build a case from the bottom up. The indictment also suggested that motives were not only financial but could include career advancement, which adds another layer to the situation. There has been discussion about how this case connects to others in the scene, with some claiming that certain individuals may have pieced together events before authorities stepped in. Conversations and interviews have raised questions about past incidents and whether they are linked to current investigations. Reports have mentioned that several individuals with connections to OTF were accused in a case involving an attempted attack in Los Angeles where another person was killed instead. Authorities allege that travel and expenses were linked through financial records, which became part of the evidence. There have also been claims that one associate later cooperated with federal authorities after facing legal trouble again. After serving a long prison sentence, he was reportedly arrested for another offense and chose to work with investigators rather than risk returning to prison. This cooperation allegedly allowed authorities to gather more evidence, including recordings and communication records. Investigators were then able to monitor activities and build a stronger case using financial data, phone records, and digital evidence. Some reports suggest that purchases such as flights were linked back through credit cards, which played a key role in the investigation. Despite warnings to avoid leaving a trail, these connections were still discovered and used as evidence. Investigators also reviewed past videos and associations to establish links between individuals involved. These findings contribute to the charges and the broader case built by authorities. The situation is tied to a longer history of conflict between different groups, which has led to ongoing tensions. Past incidents and public responses through music and social media have added to the narrative surrounding the case. Overall, the investigation shows how authorities piece together information from multiple sources, including informants' financial records and digital communication, to build a case step by step.